Good morning, YouTube. JT here, Serenity Farms prepping. So I guess you figured out within 10 seconds what I'm doing today and yesterday. I had another load of wood dropped off and I'm starting stacking for next year. So, why am I already getting on it? Well, one, I'm a prepper, and you get on it when you can get on it. Why put off today what you can do tomorrow? Or the opposite, right? So, as you may have heard, Texas has some issues going on. Libtard and Mother Nature combined to cause massive power outages and create conditions where people are not prepared, do not know how to drive, do not know how to act, do not know how to heat. People are dying, but there was a mayor named Tim Boyd in a small town in Texas. He made some Facebook post and then quit. I have not discovered the backstory on why he quit, whether it was out of frustration or pressure from those above and around him. Not even sure of his political party, but part of his statement leads me to believe that he was not a libtard anyway. So a couple of his statements, and I paraphrase, were, I am sick and tired of people counting on the government and everyone else to bail them out, cover their asses. People need to take responsibility for themselves. You can't sit around and wait for someone to come take care of you. Now, as the mayor of the town, there were probably a lot of people in town who immediately were severely butthurt by that statement. And I said, like I said, I paraphrased it. Just Google Tim Boyd, mayor of Texas, and up comes the 3 or 4 statements that he made. Oh, and he added that it's socialist. Okay? So I did a Facebook post this morning that I have not checked my fan mail on it yet, where I said what part of his statement is wrong. People may not like the way he said it. Well, that's tough shit. And I said that in my Facebook post. People need to be self-reliant. They need to prepare for a few days, a few weeks, months, and in our case, years. Now, Texas has its own electrical grid system. They do not rely on the rest of the country for their electric. That was a good thing they did. But like many other states, libtards have infiltrated many areas, Dallas, Houston, Austin, and when they get their ideological claws into something like climate change and windmills and solar, what happened in Texas is what you see happen everywhere. Solar doesn't work when the panels are covered with 4 inches of snow and ice and there's no sun and it's dark out. Windmills don't work when the turbines can't turn because they're so heavy with ice they can't spin the motor. Even with all that, they never will produce enough energy to power cities. It's just not feasible. They can't do it. People use too much electronics these days. Everything is electronically connected somehow. So, what did they have happen? Okay? They had the weather. They had climate change, green, weenie libtards put up solar and windmills. They had people who are not prepared. And that's on them. That's not on the government. That's the point of this. Stop counting on everyone else to bail your ass out. As this former mayor said, no one owes you anything. Nobody owes me anything. And the best part, I don't owe anyone anything. I live in the North Country. I've got 4 foot of snowbanks all around me right now, no matter where I walk. It hasn't been extremely cold. I heat exclusively with wood in that little cabin. I prepared last year for winter this year. I'm already preparing now, February 2021, for next winter. Why? Because I know where I live and what happens, and I prepare for it. I've got food stacked to the rafters in just about every building I have and in places nobody even knows about. I have my water catchment system. You've seen it. We need to count on us. No one is going to be coming. We have seen how the government reacts in the case of many national emergencies, no matter what has caused them. Let's look at Katrina and New Orleans. Libtard governor, libtard mayor, libtard most people there. They caused more deaths coming to help the people after first going around and disarming them, then herding them like the cattle they are into the Superdome. Then there was what? Rapes, murders, assaults, stealing. No, count on yourself. Whenever you count on someone else, you get let down. In this particular case of a national weather emergency like this, if you count on other people and you get let down, what is the consequence? Death. That's pretty much one-time incident. You know what I'm saying? We're all going to die. But I certainly don't want it to be because I did not give myself a chance to live. This is why we prepare. So, you got a mayor looking for another job, and this is something that irks me too while I'm ranting. The mayor says the truth. Then he quits. I don't know the circumstances of him quitting, but why, if you've spoken the truth, do you quit? Or like many rhino spineless Republicans, apologize. When you speak the truth, you don't need to apologize. If you say something and find out it was wrong, that shows strength if you apologize. But if you apologize and you said nothing wrong, that shows weakness. And that's where the majority of those scumbags that we put in office to do their jobs to represent us, that's where they've let us down in a lot of ways. And we'll get rid of them as time goes. But I didn't want to make it a rant, so take care of yourselves. That's the bottom line what this is about. Like, share, subscribe, comment, notification bell. But for now, JT signing off.